reflected in imposing architectural structures. The Colosseum becomes a central meeting place for the city and the empire. This vast circular construction is intended to fill the hearts of returning soldiers with pride and take their minds off the stresses of war. Caesar rewards his troops for their courageous efforts with bread and circuses. Life in Rome is characterized by luxury and decadence. This dissipated lifestyle is made possible by the army's triumphs. Yet after several centuries, the military loses the ability to keep on securing wealth and influence. The downfall of Rome is imminent.
How does the most powerful empire the world had ever seen simply disappear? For centuries, Rome ruled millions of people across 3 continents. Its armies were unstoppable, its roads connected the known world, and its influence shaped history forever. Yet in the end, Rome collapsed. Why? The answer isn't a single battle or one disastrous emperor. It's a story of ambition, brilliance, corruption, invasion, and slow decay over hundreds of years. Our journey begins in central Italy, around the 8th century BC, where a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River quietly emerged. According to Roman legend, the city was founded in 753 BC by the twin brothers Romulus and Remus, who were said to have been raised by a she-wolf. Historians view this as mythology, but archaeological evidence confirms that Rome grew from several small villages into a thriving community. At first, Rome was ruled by kings. But around 509 BC, the Romans overthrew their monarchy and established the Roman Republic. Power was now shared among elected officials and the Senate, creating a political system that would inspire governments thousands of years later. The Republic soon became known for one extraordinary strength: discipline. Roman soldiers trained relentlessly, and their military organization was unmatched. Neighbor by neighbor, city by city, Rome expanded across the Italian peninsula through conquest, alliances, and strategic diplomacy. Its greatest rival soon appeared across the Mediterranean, the wealthy maritime power of Carthage in North Africa. The Punic Wars, fought between 264 and 146 BC, would determine who controlled the western Mediterranean. Carthaginian general Hannibal shocked Rome by crossing the Alps with war elephants, defeating Roman armies again and again. It rebuilt its armies, adapted its tactics, and eventually invaded Carthage itself. In 146 BC, Carthage was destroyed. Rome emerged as the dominant power of the Mediterranean world. Victory brought unimaginable wealth, but it also brought new problems. Powerful generals gained influence, while inequality grew inside Rome. Political violence increased. Rival leaders fought for power, weakening the Republic from within. Among these ambitious men, one name would change history forever: Julius Caesar. Caesar conquered Gaul, greatly expanding Roman territory and becoming one of history's most successful military commanders. In 49 BC, he crossed the Rubicon River with his army. An act of rebellion that sparked civil war. Caesar defeated his enemies and declared himself dictator for life, alarming many senators who feared the end of the Republic. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated inside the Senate by conspirators hoping to restore the Republic. Instead, his death plunged Rome into even greater chaos, leading to another devastating civil war. From the conflict emerged Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, in 27 BC. Augustus became Rome's first emperor, marking the birth of the Roman Empire. His reign ushered in the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, nearly 2 centuries of remarkable stability and prosperity. Roads stretched for hundreds of thousands of kilometers, connecting distant provinces from Britain to Egypt. Massive aqueducts delivered clean water into crowded cities, while engineers built bridges, harbors, and amphitheaters that still stand today. Middle East, bringing silk, spices, wine, and precious metals into Roman markets. At its greatest extent under Emperor Trajan around AD 117, Rome ruled nearly 70 million people. The empire's legal system, architecture, engineering, and military discipline became models for civilizations that followed. Yet beneath this golden age, hidden weaknesses slowly began to grow. The empire had become enormous, making communication and defense increasingly difficult. successive emperors struggled to control distant frontiers stretching thousands of kilometers. Some rulers were wise reformers. Others were corrupt, unstable, or violently overthrown. Between AD 235 and 284, Rome entered the crisis of the 3rd century, one of the darkest periods in its history. More than 20 emperors rose and fell in rapid succession, many assassinated by their own soldiers. Civil wars erupted repeatedly while foreign enemies attacked weakened borders. At the same time, inflation spiraled out of control, trade declined, and ordinary citizens struggled to survive. Emperor Diocletian attempted sweeping reforms in AD 284, dividing the empire into eastern and western halves for easier administration. His successor, Constantine the Great, later reunited the empire and founded Constantinople in AD 330. Constantine also legalized Christianity, a decision that transformed the religious landscape of Europe. Although these reforms temporarily stabilized Rome, they could not eliminate its deeper structural problems. The Western Empire faced growing pressure from migrating Germanic tribes seeking safety and new lands. 720 to 730, the arrival of the Huns from Central Asia forced entire populations toward Roman borders. Nearly 8 centuries, shocking the ancient world. Even after this humiliation, the empire continued to survive, though increasingly weakened. In AD 455, the Vandals captured and looted Rome again, stripping the city of immense wealth. Political instability, economic decline, shrinking tax revenue, and military dependence on foreign mercenaries deepened the crisis. Finally, in AD 476, the Germanic leader Odoacer removed the young emperor Romulus Augustulus from power. This event is traditionally marked as the fall of the Western Roman Empire, yet historians emphasize that Rome did not vanish overnight. Its decline was gradual, unfolding over generations. The Eastern Roman Empire, later called the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive for nearly another 1,000 years. Scholars still debate the exact causes of Rome's collapse. Most agree it resulted from multiple interconnected factors: political instability, economic weakness, military pressures, administrative challenges, and external invasions. Still echo Roman traditions. Many cities across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East still preserve roads, aqueducts, arenas, and temples built by Roman hands. The Roman Empire reminds us that even the greatest civilizations are not invincible. Strength alone cannot guarantee survival when corruption, division, economic strain, and external threats accumulate over time. History shows that powerful nations often fall not from one catastrophic moment, but from many small failures left unaddressed. Perhaps Rome's greatest legacy is not simply what it built, but the warning it leaves behind. What do you think was the single biggest reason Rome collapsed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe for more cinematic documentaries exploring the greatest civilizations, forgotten empires, and defining moments that shaped our world.